Hey, what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer with ExploringLasVegas.com. And I'm standing here today, guys, in front of the Encore, and that behind me is Encore Beach Club. That is the bridge going across there to the parking garage where you can park and walk across the street right in front, right across the street of the bridge is there is the Encore Beach entrance. And then behind me here on this grassy area, you can see it's a turf or grass, whatever you call it. That's where the guest list lines up, and down here it goes up the stairs, and then a bunch of people there. On the weekends it'll be a huge line. So that's a guest list. It's a Friday today. It's beautiful. It's April, and you know, there's not much of a line, but it's pretty decent inside. There's a lot of girls in there. It's a good party. I had a day bed. Customer booked a day bed with me. And so this video is going to be all about Encore Beach Club, the 2023 edition, and what we got going on over here as far as bottle service and whatnot goes. And let's talk a little bit about you know, how it works here. They do have a pretty strict security when you walk in, so make sure you don't bring anything that could be considered illegal. Even if it's not illegal, if it appears it could be illegal, they're going to take it away or they're going to kick you out, and they're going to do what's called 86 you off the property. So you don't want to get 86'd, all right? Weed is still illegal in the club, so no weed at the casinos. Okay, they're still operated under federal license, and federal is still legal, so no weed. You can buy weed at the dispensaries just about anywhere around here, but you can't bring it into the clubs. So they're going to take your vape pens because there could be weed inside and all that stuff. So just leave that stuff at home, guys. You don't want to bring it. Backpacks, they do allow some stuff. There are small lockers here. You're going to want to, like, you know, probably bring just a small bag or a purse. Probably nothing big. I mean, they will allow a backpack here to bring your sunscreen and your maybe a hat or whatever, because it is, you know, scorching hot out here, especially in the summer months. So you need sunscreen and a hat to kind of, you know, keep your face from getting fried. So they will allow that kind of stuff, but some of the pools don't really allow backpacks. Here I've seen them allow, you know, smaller, you know, purses and backpacks and whatnot. That's usually not really an issue. Now, as far as the tickets and guest list go, the guest list, like I said, lines up down here. Generally, they have an even ratio guest list. You need to have even ratio to get in for free on like Fridays and Sundays, and then Saturdays it's going to be guys have to pay a reduced and girls get in free. That's generally how it works. And then they also have tickets. They have expedited entry, which is going to be inside in the casino part. If you want to get in quickly, you can pay a premium for that, or you can just buy regular tickets, and the ticket line is kind of next to the table line out over here where the tables go in, and that's where the tables line up. Now, the table is set up in the front. They do have what's called the pen. Okay, that pen area is that area right in front, and if there's a line for the tables and you want to bypass that, you can tip $100 and you can bypass the line and get into the pen, which will get you in quicker. Now, I wouldn't really necessarily recommend that on like a Friday and Sunday because it's usually not busy enough to where you really need to wait that much, but the Saturdays can be a little bit hairy, especially when Guetta's here or some of the bigger hitters. Now, let's talk about the DJs and whatnot. You have, you know, big hitters here like David Guetta. They're doing him a lot on Saturdays. Before he goes to Europe for the summer. You'll see him here pretty much every Saturday. You got Marshmallow is a big hitter, Kygo's a big hitter, Diplo's a big hitter. They also have Major Lazer, which is, you know, Diplo's alter ego. They also have him here sometimes. And they did line up some decent talent in the off-season. They brought in Tyga, who used to be over at the Tao Group. He's over here now. I see him coming up here on a Sunday. Today they got Angie V, this, you know, smaller middle name, but they got guys like Dom Dalla on the other days, A-Craze, Do Twins. I saw this other guy named Mochek. I'm not too familiar with him. But they got a pretty good lineup. Some of the guys I haven't heard of, some up-and-coming guys, I'm guessing, that they've kind of recruited. And, you know, they're bringing in some new talent, which is kind of nice to see some, you know, other people here besides just the regular hitters, the Marshmallows of the world, if you will. So let's talk about the bottle service and how it works over here and the different options that you guys have. I'll kind of flash up the sections as I talk about them. Your entry-level tables, that's going to be in front of the restaurant. Now it's called Casa. It used to be called Andrea's. It used to be called Andrea's Patio. Now it's called the Casa Patio. The patio tables are going to be your entry-level tables. Generally, on any day, they're going to be $750 to $1K, and then on Saturdays, they're going to be a little bit higher, depending on the artist. It could start as high as $2K, okay, or even $2,500 to $3K, depending on how big the artist is and how the demand is. So those are going to be your entry-level tables. The next level up from that is going to be like your beach couches. Okay, those are going to be spread out around the pool deck. Those are pretty good too. You know, you can get up to about 10 people in on the patio and the beach couches. Usually I can work up to 10 people. And then the next level above that is going to be like your lily pads. Okay, there's the lily pads on the right and the left of the DJ. Those are just your standard lily pads, and then they have like, I believe it's 8 lily pads in the center that are going to be called your, like, you know, center lily pads. Those are going to be kind of fetch a premium, especially on the bigger days. And I think they actually do have a couple of couches now that used to be lily pads, and those are going to be called like your dance floor or stage couches right up in front. So you have the DJ booth, and then to the right and the left, there's some couches. Those are considered like the DJ couches, and they do have some seating, I believe, behind the DJ too, inside, and they kind of leave that mostly for like industry people and girls and whatnot. But I think you can actually buy those tables. So if you're really interested in the DJ and you really like them, I can probably look into getting you one of those tables behind the DJ back in like the old Surrender space. It used to be a Surrender nightclub there, but that's where they put the DJ tables kind of behind them. All right, so then they have the DJs tables outside too, and kind of the dance floor tables, if you will. On the right and the left, those are pretty expensive. All right, so also on the pool deck, you have the day beds. Okay, the day beds are going to be huge. They're really big, good for up to 10 people. They're roomy. They're on the right and the left side. Those are actually pretty good. I like the day beds here. They're really big, which is nice. You can lay a bunch of people on them, and a lot of my customers really like those. And then you have the L couches. Now there's a couple L couches on the right and the left. Those are going to be a little less, and then there's the center L couches in the middle. Those are going to be a little bit more. So a lot of my customers like to be in the center of the action, and those center L couches are pretty good for that. Okay, you also got in front of the L couches in the center, you got 4 water beds. Okay, water couches are called, not water beds, water couches. Those fetch a pretty good premium. Those are right in the center of the pool, facing the DJ. Those are really good. Okay, a lot of people really like those water couches. Obviously, there's only 4 of them, so they go quickly and they're pretty expensive. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then behind the L couches, there's going to be the gaming area. Okay, they actually have a casino at the Encore Beach Club with craps and blackjack, and I think those are the only games they have back there. But then there's some sections in front of the behind the L couches, essentially in front of the casino part. Those are called the gaming section tables. Okay, there's several front-facing ones, and there's a couple on the right and the left that aren't my favorites. And then you get into the cabanas after that. Now there's the upper cabanas, which are decent. You got a nice view from up there, and they got a smaller little day bed in front of them. They're pretty good. And then below that, there's the lower cabanas. Those are the more popular ones with the bigger day beds, and you get a nice section in a nice area for the day. And so a lot of those are very popular. And then on top of the on top of the lower cabanas, there's also the bungalows. There's 4 bungalows. There's 2 on. There's actually 8 bungalows. There's 8 on the top. Those are called the upper bungalows. Okay, and then there's the lower bungalows. There's 4 of those on the bottom, and those are really expensive. The lower bungalows are some of the more premium tables in all of Las Vegas. They have pools that are shared for the 2 bungalows on each side, and then the upper ones don't have a pool, but they do have a bathroom inside, which is kind of nice. People really like having their own bathroom and whatnot in their bungalows. So the upper and lower bungalows are obviously pretty expensive, the lower ones being very expensive, okay? And that's about it for the table sections. So, every day is a little bit different. Fridays and Sundays, a lot of negotiable prices because they're not selling out. There's a lot of competition in Vegas on Fridays these days. I've noticed IU Day Club right down the street here. They're booking DJs. Tau Beach is booking DJs now. So, they're kind of following Encore's business model, if you will, and bringing in some talent now on Fridays, trying to steal that crowd. So, Fridays are popular at Encore Beach, Wet Republic, Tau Beach, AU, and Marquee Day Club. And they're all competing for the same crowd. So, it spreads it a little bit thin. Same thing on Sundays. Okay, you're running into the same kind of competition. Saturdays, everywhere's busy. Depending on the big artist here, it's going to be slammed. So, expect to pay a premium on those days. So if you have any questions about Encore Beach Club for the 2023 edition here, my name is Brian Pfeiffer. My cell is upstairs here, 773-459-8133. Make sure you hit me up. A lot of times I can wheel and deal a little bit on the pricing from what's online. So I have a trade account here and whatnot, so I can kind of talk to you about that on the phone. It's definitely easier to go over case by case when you give me a call. So just let me know. If you like this content, I would appreciate a like on the video, and do subscribe to the channel for more, and bang the notifications bell to be notified about my next video. I'm Brian Pfeiffer. I'm looking forward to working with you out here at Encore Beach Club in Las Vegas at the Encore. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.